Alright everybody, here's where we're going. I got the speed up and it's going to be moving. So you can see here that I've already got some groundwork laid down. I told you multiple layers of paint. So I'm making some more dark red purple. So I got the purple, added some red to darken it up so we can get black, really dark areas, especially around the nose and the muzzle and so forth. So you can see here I'm going right in for the eye because that's in the darkest spots, and I'm painting the rest of the darker spots with that purple. And we'll go over back with the blue and kind of fill it in and get more of the texture. I understand that if I look at that, well, it's good enough now. It's really going to pop the more layers that we use on this. We're still going to let the color of the background bleed through. We're just going to add stuff in. I'm going to go in with purple, then with the blue, then with the white for highlights. You're going to see my brush strokes get really close here. See how I'm just doing, like, in airbrushing they call them dagger strokes. But for the fur I'm doing strokes, and notice how they go and form around. They're not all straight lines going one way. They are lines that move ever so slightly to the form of what I'm painting. Same thing down here. You got a shoulder of the dog right here. You can see the lines are spidering out to help create that form. That's what you want to do when you're painting fur or whatnot, or even drawing using cross hatching. You want the line work to help accentuate the form of what you're painting. Same here by the ear. You can see how it's close together to make it darker, and as it goes away, it helps going on the form of the side of the head. So there I'm adding blue, doing the same thing. I got the round brush, doing the line work, blending the colors together so there's a nice transition. You see there how my lines right around the eye curve to help with the curvature of the face of the dog. And that's what you want to think about your lines, how you're going to establish your lines. Pretty soon it becomes second nature and you'll be doing it anyway. See here I'm adding more blue. And just laying on more colors. You're going to notice like the purple is going to look more black as we go along, especially against that light blue. And when we add the white, it's going to make it look a little bit darker too. Remember, you can add a little bit of water to your paint to make it stretch out and thin out, so it not only you don't get the texture of the canvas, you get a more smooth transition, and it'll help take away some of the intensity of the color. So that's pretty much most of the tips I got for you. Remember to use the tip of the brush. Don't be dunking your brush all the way in. You want 1/3 to 1/2 paint on the brush. You want to think about how much paint you got. You don't want to soak the brush with paint. It's going to trap paint in there, and then it's not going to work. And sometimes you can also have, like, you lay down a little bit of color to blend it on the canvas if you like to. I like doing that so often. But go over some of your lines. Like these whiskers that I just painted, I'm going to go over them again to intensify that white. And I got a purple line going through there. But having that starch contrast is really going to make those whiskers pop out. Same thing with the nose. We got light reflected. I'll go over that a couple times and make sure that lightens up, because it may wet and may seem very intense, but as it dries, it's going to lose that intensity of color, and it's going to have more of the color bleed through. So you might need to go over some of your line work if you're trying to get the texture so that you can get that effect that you want. But enjoy the rest of the video. Watch what brush strokes I use. Watch how I do it. Try to keep the camera up and close and personal on my hand so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Sometimes my hand is in the way, but that's okay. just enjoy the rest of the video and the speed painting that it is. Have a good one.